Hey, all, Dylan Chalk here with ScribeWare software, and just wanted to make a video talking about the recent Spectora stuff that's going on. And I wanted to just start off by saying how sorry I am to Spectora users. I'm a home inspector. I've been a home inspector since 2003, and I've always been concerned about corporations getting into the home inspection industry and what that could mean for our relationships with our clients. And so uh, I'm sorry that's happening. And at ScribeWare, we'd love to offer you a solution for another place to go for your report writing needs. So I want to go over in this video a bunch of stuff about our Spectora import and a bunch of features that are unique to ScribeWare. ScribeWare is not really for everybody. People who love ScribeWare are scribers. It seems to appeal to a certain type of inspector that really cares about quality report writing. So anyway, we would obviously love the opportunity to work with you, and we feel terrible that your hand is forced at this moment, but we'd love to work with you, not because you have to, but because you think it's a really high quality report writer that will make your company more profitable. And that's always been our goal, is to help home inspection companies deliver higher quality reports more quickly. And we've got some tools to let you build knowledge into your template that I think can help improve quality and consistency among your home inspection team. So I wanted to start off by, I'm actually not going to show any ScribeWare templates today. And so you're actually going to see some light features with ScribeWare, because what I want to show is a Spectora import. A lot of people seem to want to move very quickly from Spectora. And if you want to, we have an import that can make a pretty high quality report and a pretty mobile friendly workflow right out of the box. It's probably not perfect, but what I'm going to be showing you is literally a report that I did from somebody else's template. So I have no idea how the template's set up. It's kind of like, working on Mars for me. I'm used to using my template, but I've got a sample report up here, and let's walk through it. This can be a long video. I'm going to show a bunch of ScribeWare features. I'm going to show what finished reports look like. I'm going to show the mobile app workflow. But what I want to start with is the finished report of what I did. And it's not really finished. I took, a bunch of pictures from a job I did and kind of built a sample report. But so you're looking at a ScribeWare report here. We can obviously save it to PDF. We have a just summary page PDF, and we do have a request list builder. The invoice can be turned on and off. We're also about to launch a new client portal, which will allow payment processing and drip emails and that kind of stuff. Bad timing with all this, because we know a lot of people want the all-in-one, and we are working on that, but should start to launch here at the end of April. So, but you can turn on and off this invoice. We call this boilerplate, and you can customize this, but every inspection company can make different boilerplate, and you can show, you know, scope and purpose of a home inspection kind of stuff. So that's all up front. And then it's a pretty interactive report. One thing I really love about a ScribeWare report, we do have an overview up here. I wrote a really simple one. Most people don't like to use these, but I like to write an overview paragraph of how the inspection went. And so really quickly, my idea is, for the busy executive, you don't have to even leave this view to understand how the inspection went. I do an overview paragraph. Hey, this went well, or hey, you need a lot of work here, whatever. You can look at the summary, where I might have major concerns, repairs, maintenance items, limitations. One of the things in ScribeWare, we call these modifiers. And in ScribeWare, you're not limited to 3. You can actually have unlimited modifiers. You can give them your own names, your own colors, your own definitions. There's a lot of power here. If we click in the summary, for this sample, I put the photos with the summary items. You could have them separate, so you could have the photos only in the full report, which is actually how I normally do it. I just thought it'd be cool to show you both. So these repair items, this was all brought in from somebody else's template, so I didn't build this. I just kind of brought all this stuff in. So deck ledger, fasteners. So all of this was a pre-made comment, and I just clicked on it to add it and drop my photos in. This is what we call the photo captions to bullets feature, which is one of my favorite features. And if you read this general comment, it's basically saying, hey, there's issues with ledger fastening, right? And it's pretty vague. And I just captioned this picture, and I can hit a button and make a bulleted list of my photo captions. This is a great way where you can write general comments in your template and then be more specific specific with photo captions. I think it's a great workflow. You'll also notice that right out of the box, we used a lot of the Spectora tags. So we're actually auto-generating summary tags for the deck contractor, the electrical contractor, the insulation contractor. So let's click on electrical, and now we've got a list for the electrician. And this is actually its own URL. So the end user could grab this, copy it, and send a list to an electrician, or they could go back to the full report, send a special report just to their deck contractor. So pretty cool. And this was no extra work. In fact, I did nothing to set this up. This was right out of the box on our import. We're able to set these up. So if we go back into repairs here and we scroll down, you've already got so much more functionality in ScribeWare. You've got unlimited modifiers. You've got photo captions to bullets feature, and we're generating unique URLs for each contractor here. So this is what the report looks like. We've worked really hard in ScribeWare to not diminish the quality of the images. So we have pretty high quality images. This is what your client would see when they click on them. I'm using a bit of custom CSS in my account, which sort of wraps these observations. And CSS is what they use to build websites, cascading style sheets. And it's one of the great things about ScribeWare is we can actually help you deliver a report that doesn't look like anybody else's. And that's really important to me as a home inspector. I want to use my report to stand out, and I don't want it to look like other people's inspection. And so these modifiers, again, different names, different colors, you are in charge of how you communicate with your client. And then you can use CSS. I'm using CSS to wrap these little lines here. And once your account's all set up, you'd never touch it again. But we have tools to let you stand out so you're kind of different in your marketplace. This was another comment that was just GFCI protection recommended, but I just used a photo caption to bullet to say exactly where I found it. So pretty cool. We could click on the full report, and this is where we have inspection details. And then, of course, these comments should look kind of familiar. I'll find some sort of background information comments. So we have these descriptive modifiers that come in an italics font that's a little bit smaller, and that can let your sort of background TYA type information fade into the background. So anyway, this gives you kind of a flavor of what literally out of the box, I did nothing, and I was able to write this much of a report, really just as I went. So hopefully this gives you a nice little sample of just right out of the box. There's, I think, a lot more functionality, a lot more customization, pretty great looking report. Now I'd like to show you the mobile app, and I'll show you the workflow on mobile, because we've tried to make this mobile friendly, a mobile friendly import right out of the box.
Hey guys, I'm in the mobile app, so this was the job I was fiddling around with. So the big thing that we've done on the import is built inspector only notes. So I'll just try to give you an example. We go to water heater, you fill in some of this stuff of when it was built. Remember, this isn't my template. I've never even looked at it before, but I can still do a report right out of the box. All the information comments, the limitations, and the defects. So water heater was older. You long press on it, and you can go ahead and snap a picture. I'm just sitting out here on my patio finishing up this video, and you're done. Ejector pit is not sealed. You could click on it. And of course, I don't know these comments, right? I don't know. I've never even really looked at this template, but the whole point is whatever your comments are, we've got them built out of these inspector-only notes. The checkboxes will not print in the report, so those stay hidden. So once you kind of know your list, and you can edit this list on the desktop, but water heater leak, long press on it, go ahead, snap a picture, you're done. So the whole point is really no keyword searching should be required. So we've got this workflow where you can just go click through everything right out of the box. And then, of course, on the back end, I'll show you desktop stuff where there's just an insane amount of customization you can do. Another pretty great mobile workflow that's just, I think, better in ScribeWare right out of the box is photo captions to bullets. So let's choose this brick defects comment, right? We could go ahead and snap a couple pictures here, and this could be brick defects that we're noting. So we've got them there in the comment. Then you can caption them. So we could say something like, Corroded steel lintels were noted above the windows on the south side. Step cracks were noted above the kitchen window. There is some mild bowing in the wall on the south side, as well as mortar failure appeared. So then we could put our cursor here and hit this little button. And now we've made a nice little bulleted list of our specific findings. And that really lets you have a general comment and follow it up with nice specific details. We can look at all of our modifiers we have, not just three. We can call it a major concern. And we're done with that. So photo captions to bullets and unlimited modifiers right out of the box.
Right, so now we're back on the back end. This is the one we were fiddling around with. This is the little photo captions to bullets comment that we did on the mobile app. Here's all of your required fields. So siding and material is red, and you can go tab through the whole report, finding the things that you haven't filled in. Um, I'll show you how to build a gunny sack. So this is something that wouldn't come with it, but this is a cool thing you can build in ScribeWare. So you could have something like brick defects noted. And let's fix that B. Cool. And then we could use our text replacement. So gunny sacks are basically text replacement on steroids. So we're going to click this, hit allow multiple selections and bullets, and we could say things like step cracks noted, um, noted, lentils, failing, mortar, uh, failing, sealants. Right, you get the point. You can just make your list. And then we can save that. And this is a library comment. Let's make this bold and blue. That's another thing we've done on the import is we've taken all of your titles. So if you like, look at this, we've given everything a nice bold blue header. Which I think makes the summary look really nice. So now we built this new comment that you could arguably add to at some point, and brick defects noted, and all this works on mobile. You can just sort of choose the things that apply and dump your photos in. So the gunny sacks are a really phenomenal way to add specific detail to general comments and have them all pre-made. This is especially good if you run a big team, so that, I'm a big fan of voice to text as a solo operator because it really lets my voice come out and I can be specific about what I'm finding. But the gunny sacks are really better when you're managing a big team and you can kind of repeat the same comments over and over again. So if you wanted to add this to your template, what you do is edit the section, and you could hit this little thing here, and we could come up and we could give this a title. Remember, these do not um, these don't print, so you could call them whatever you want. So we could call them brick gunny. And now we've added a little thing, and what we're going to do, we'll hit save, and we'll get out of this green thing. So you see how we have brick gunny, and we've got this little gunny sack we built. So you click it, and you click on here and add it to the library. And we don't want to include the media with it, right? Because these are like live pictures, and then we'll connect to fields, and we're going to connect it to brick gunny. So now we go ahead and delete this, and now we've built a little comment in ScribeWare. And you can see you can save them with them open, or you can save them with them closed. With as far as the gunny sacks goes, so now you save it and it's closed. Click on it, choose the things that apply. So, I mean, this is an incredibly fast workflow that is really, frankly, a lot faster than this Spectora way of doing it. It doesn't work for every system, but it handles multiple defects with the same system really well. And you don't have to, right out of the box, I think you're going to have a faster workflow in ScribeWare with our import, and you can start adding the gunnies as you go and keep kind of souping it up. I just wanted to show you that under uh, observation tags, these all came over on the import. So that's how we were able to build all these contractor tags. So a lot of your tags are coming over from Spectora on our import. So cool. I could keep going. I know you're busy. I hope this helps. We really think that we've got an import that should actually might help you move faster and write better quality reports without doing too much. And then once you start really diving into our tools like gunny sacks and stuff, you're going to get even faster and photo captions to bullets. And the big game change on this import is we've got the inspector only notes of all of your defects, your limitations, your notes are all built out. So I hope this video was helpful. Again, I'm really sorry you guys are going through this. My goal would be to work with you because you love our tool, not because you have to. And I think Spectora is going to give you a reprieve, but maybe this is helpful and you can see some other options that are run by home inspectors and might even be a higher quality report done more quickly. Thanks for watching.